Oh, this is so much better, guys. Like in terms of maintaining possession, like. Oh, that is delightful. That is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Oh, this is beautiful. Pedri. Oh my God, I can't even keep up with the names. But Mbappe dispatches it beautifully. Perfect Tiki Taka play. And this formation and tactic, whilst defensively weak, is a delight. Absolute delight. Hey ladies and gents, welcome to a brand new eFootball 2024 video. This one I'm actually really excited for because we're going to be looking at loads of different tactics, loads of different team styles, loads of different play styles to accompany those tactics that I'm trying to look for and aim for. So basically what this is all about is the different team styles available. So possession, quick counter, out wide, long ball and long ball counter. So we're going to be looking at each of those with different formations, different tactics, seeing what's the pros and cons of each, and then summarizing very shortly at the end about each of these. So if you just want to skip to the end and find out what I liked and what I disliked about each of these, then just go straight to the end of the video. But if you want to look and analyze and join me in the analysis part of this video, then stay tuned as we run through this right now. Okay, let's start first off with the possession game first, and this is how the team looks. So basically what I've gone for here is a sort of 3-6-1 essentially, with Cantona dropping deep as he's a deep lying forward. We've got a goal poacher who's going to push the defense backwards and create a little bit of space, pocket space for Cantona to operate in. Just behind him we've got Musilia, who's a creative playmaker. So I didn't want to go for a whole player, otherwise it becomes more like a 3-4-3 and he's going to be too high up alongside Cantona and Mbappe. Creative playmaker just sits off a little bit deeper than the whole player, but not as deep as say an orchestrator or anything like that. Then on the wide areas, what I wanted was creative playmakers. Why? Because I want these players cutting in and joining this midfield, making it very nice and tight and compact in that central area. I didn't want cross specialists. I did try cross specialists, but I found that they were too far out wide and weren't really helping one way or another. I want sort of short interchanging passing between these players here. We've got Rodri, who's a anchor man just to hold and protect that defense. We've got a box-to-box midfielder here who's very, very good at getting forward and back, up and down the pitch to support Rodri in the defensive aspect as well. And then across the back line, we've got three very capable players, especially at distribution with Alaba and De Jong. So good passes of the ball there as well. So like I said, this team is going to be very, very pass heavy. You know, 88 for passing, 89 for passing. So we're going for high passing stats throughout this team. And if we look at the substitutes, we've got like a similar mix. So two goal poachers here, Vinicius Jr. and York. We've got a creative playmaker and Messi. We've got a whole player if we want to mix things up with Griezmann instead of Musilia. We've got Grealish, who can play on the left hand side. He's also a creative playmaker, as is Olazabal as well. Really do like this player as a sort of, not so much a player that sort of sprints past people, but a very creative player on that left hand side. We've got Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, who's unleveled. We've got Bellingham, who's a box to box midfielder, creative playmaker again on that right hand side. So you can see that I've sort of opted for the same sorts of styles. There's nothing going crazy right here. Creative playmaker, lots of creative playmakers there. Then we've got another anchor man in Tonali, and then a box-to-box midfielder, which is Pogba. So there we go. That's the team. That's the lineup. That's the sort of methodology around this side. It is a very, very pass-heavy sort of team. The only person that really can't quite pass the ball is probably Mbappe, who's got a low passing of 71. But even like Cantona, he's got 84 for passing. So looking forward to seeing what this team can do in the possession style. Now we are going to be playing offline, and there's a reason for this, because online there's loads of crazy formations and tactics and attacking defense strategies that all go on, and I also can't pause the game to sort of analyze what's going on the pitch. So this is going to be an offline test. Maybe we'll take it online after we've done the offline testing, and yeah, maybe we'll tweak some of these formations as well, because I don't know what's better, whether to go for like a diamond in this midfield with the two wingers and drop out one of these attackers. But we'll try the 3-5-2 first, but we may need to readjust, and maybe I'll do it at halftime just to see which is better. In terms of personnel, I think we've got the best personnel today, and I'm just going to bring Bellingham in purely because he's on form. Other than that, it's an unchanged side I'm really looking forward to using. Okay, Mbappe to get us started. There's Alaba charging forward. Making a good run there, and oh, almost 1-0. Should have been 1-0. He's counting out, losing the ball. Oh, just tried to reverse pass then and couldn't quite sneak it through. Good pressure early on. They are playing defensive, so they are sitting back. We do have to take that into consideration at the minute. I think that's actually helping us with the possession style. But we're knocking the ball around nicely, as you can see. Players coming short for the ball. I was going to say coming short for the ball. He just sort of waited for the ball there. He can't be doing that. You see that? Canton up. Batting, looking for De Jong. I think you're going to find with this formation and tactic, you're going to have to rely on those two sort of centre backs, De Jong and Alaba, to come out of defence and support. Oh, that's a mistake. And one of the good things about the possession style is that high press. You'll see many players sort of remaining forward, trying to win the ball back at the earliest opportunity. So counter pressing is actually quite good with this possession based style. But players are quite slow to join the attack, if you notice that. So I'm having to stall, waiting for my team to move up the pitch. And, you know, in that way it's not ideal. Because while I'm waiting, it just allows their players to get back. And especially if you're facing something like long ball counter where players sprint back with urgency, makes it very hard to sort of, makes it harder to break him down. Here's Modric, ball in, headed in by Mbappe. You can sort of see the makeup of the team here. So just two players getting themselves in the box. So you're not going to have many players burst into the box unless you have those additional player play styles, like the whole player, for example, instead of the creative playmaker, maybe. But I'm happy with that. Now, notice they've changed from an attacking strategy to a neutral strategy. That's what I was talking about, the high press. Mbappe is going to do a step over here, cut inside, bends one, off the top of the bar. Unlucky. Super cancel here to try and win that ball. Didn't really fancy his chances there. See, from a defensive point of view, I think the diamond would be a little bit better. Depends on the play styles as well. Maybe I could have done with some orchestrators. And there we go. Another mistake. And this time, punished. Again, the high press. I had a player to the right, player to the left. And the AI will make that mistake quite often. So against the AI, that's going to be fine. And other players can struggle too. A lot of players like to try and pass it out from the back and refuse to go long, refuse to use the lob pass button. They go pass, 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 pass. It all becomes a little bit predictable. My times I've won. Well, I think most of my goals actually came from human error. Players just trying to do that. So we're going to hold him off. Using Super Council. We did. We'll use his strength there. Gain that little speed boost as well, as I covered in my attacking tutorial. So from a defensive point of view, you can sort of see the numbers we're getting back here. It's actually quite a good thing. I'm actually going to go back and replay that and just take a look at the positioning of the players and what do I think about this. We've got Cantona and Mbappe up the top there. Alaba's wide there, just trying to intercept that ball, but he's getting back in position. Marking wise, there's two players on the edge of the penalty box not even marked. It's kind of worrying. You know, those players there, if he's able, like, he should be passing that ball to the guy that's free next to him. And then he's got, what, one or two players totally open, wide open, he can play the ball to. Again, comes down to player play styles as well, you know, so you have to take that into consideration. But from a defensive point of view,
there will be 1 minute added time.
I'm on the fence. Pedri! Oh, he's not got enough shooting power in his boots. So 2-0 at half time, but I'm going to change it. 6 shots, 4 on target. I'm going to change it to sort of diamond here. And just see if it's any better. I think for winning the ball, it should be better. I don't think I have an orchestrator on the bench, so it's just going to be either Pogba or Barella. Let's go for Barella, I think, for Cantona. Cantona's not the greatest game either, so I just wonder if we might be a little bit limited up top. So we may have to play Musialaza and substitute him for a whole player maybe.
Number 7 coming on the field is number 23. Substitution in progress.
Okay, from a defensive point of view, is it better? Oh my goodness, I mean, if we conceded, it would be hard to say it is, but I think it is. Positionally, it would look better. It's just whether we can break out. That's the real question now. Are we going to get trapped? I mean, the Mbappe bro that I've got is absolutely brilliant. Oh. Okay, Alaba. It's better. Modric, much wider than I expected, being a creative playmaker. Mbappe! Oh, Mbappe, Pedri! That was really nice. Really nice play to get it out into the wide area. You can play some really nice football, possession-based style. I have to look at the sort of percentages as well. Those little turns. A few players running forward here. Cycle the ball.
The attendance for this match was 71,649.
Yeah, I definitely feel like this is working better. The press isn't as intense with the two strikers, but it's adequate at the minute. They're going to make a mistake here. I'm running out of ideas because the press is so solid. There it is. Go on. Oh, that was the chance, I think. He's got me on the inside here. To shuffle across a bit. He's got it through. Ball over the top. Just. Frankie de Jong on the cover though. A nice burst of acceleration. Oh dear. I mean, I could feel it coming, you know? They started having a real sustained bit of pressure there. Knocking the ball around brilliantly. Getting through. I tried to predict which way he was going to go, but he paused with the shot and he got a shot off. Okay, we need to bring some subs on. Modric is tiring. Bring Di Maria on that right-hand side. Fusilia. Let's try a whole player. The likes of Griezmann. I think we'll stick with the goal poacher up top. The likes of York. Try York. Actually, I'm going to put it with Vinicius Jr. You can carry the ball quite nicely and maybe hold it up a little bit better than York. And then on the left side, I think we'll put Grealish in here. Another creative playmaker. So Grealish and Di Maria are creative playmakers.
Substitution on the field.
Okay, we'll see how this plays out.
Number 42. Number 9. Mbappe. Number 8. Coming on the field. Number 17. Di Maria. Number 20. Griezmann. Number 18. Vinicius Jr. Number 21.
Oh, not strong enough there from Bellingham. Well run by Frankie de Jong. There's the whole player. Griezmann. Ah. I thought he was going to push it out in front of him and let go of sprint too soon. It's my fault. Oh, that's a nice ball. That's poor. I definitely feel like the combination play is much better. With the diamond in midfield. Don't know what you guys think. What your thoughts are, but it feels better. Oh, what a block to deny Grealish. Just some good play on that in that wide area. Cuts inside beautifully. It's just deflected over the bar. Beautiful play. AI do play the game really nicely. They play some great football. It's not predictable like it was in PES 21. PES 21 I could tell you where the passes were going before they actually happened. Grealish did well to win that. Can he set speedy boots away? He can. And there it is. Waiting for the goalkeeper to make his move before lifting over him. So 2 goals in the first half, 2 goals in the second half. They did concede one, obviously, in this half. So, you know, you could argue the other formation was better, but I just think the diamond works a little bit better for me. And I think it worked better online as well. I'm half tempted to try this again, but have, instead of left wingers and right wingers, have those as central midfielders, if possible. Oh, maybe we can get one more. I feel like we can. I feel like this formation does lend itself well. Oh, there it is. Beautiful bit of possession play. Some beautiful Tiki Taka in this match. And that was a splendid goal to wrap it up. That was delightful. Yeah, I think one thing with this is because you've got such a high press, you know, once they get past the high press, you are going to be left a bit exposed defensively. You know, I feel like there's not enough cover from my midfield to protect my defence. I just feel like it's easy for them to get in between my defenders. Okay, so I just want to try this now. Like I said, I'm going to change Pedri and Modric to central midfielders. I'm still going to have that diamond, but this time I've got two orchestrators in here, Kimmich and Bruno. And then ahead of them, I've got Lionel Messi because Musiala was off form. So that's the reason I brought him in. But other than that, it looks pretty good to me. Again, just to let you know that I'm not using any individual tactics. And this is to see the, you know, make sure there's no impact to how a possession sort of team would play. So we're up against a much firmer opponent now in Napoli. So it should be interesting to see how well we do against these. They're probably less likely to be on the defensive, and you can see already they're on the attacking strategy, which makes things a little bit trickier usually. But that press might suit this possession-based style. Now you can see that players tucking in, and I think this is going to be much better. It's already feels much better already against a higher caliber opposition. How good is, and this is what I was talking about defensively. Look how slow my players are to get back. They're sort of pondering back, and now they're sort of back. But again, those defensive midfielders, orchestrators, and the anchorman, in my opinion, not dropping deep enough, quick enough. There's still a pocket of space there for them to exploit, and Mbappe, oh, could have been away there, but it's a poor pass. And I think my centre-backs are being influenced. Oh, trying to switch it. Are being influenced by my orchestrators because they're split wide open right now. I don't know if you've noticed that, but next attack or next counter attack that they have, just watch how wide my centre-backs are. See how they're quite spread. There's no protection there. It's like almost like they assume there's going to be protection there, but obviously with the possession-based play style, they're not going to be there. So I think from a defensive point of view, with the orchestrators, I think this is worse. Oh my word! How did you miss that? But let me just show you. Let me just show you here. So they turn the ball over, and this is my defensive line. Look at how ponderous my sort of anchorman is to get back. My orchestrators, they're not really bothered about this attack. I don't think they enter the box. Maybe the anchorman does, but everyone else not really making much effort to get back in there and help defend. And it's the anchorman, Rodri, getting caught out there. So it's not great from a defensive point of view. I feel like this is way weaker defensively. But I think going forward, it should be better. And I feel like I've got more options on the ball. And there it is. Lovely ball through to Mbappe. Lovely little lift over the goalkeeper there. Little scooped chip shot here. I love doing that, by the way. The scoop chip shot. It's very cheeky. It's like the Panaka of penalties. Equivalent. You just see that from a close-up point of view. You're not really going to see it, but you can sort of see him get his foot under the ball and just lift it over the goalkeeper. Poborski style. Wow, Poborski lifted over the entire defence. Okay, so this is very nice, I have to say. From an offensive point of view, it's great. It's working great. It's working better than great. Oh, Modric. That player of the week, Modric, is something else. I've had better versions of him on my PlayStation 5, but I only had the base version of Modric. He wasn't all that great. Oh, this is so much better, guys. Like in terms of maintaining possession, like. Oh, that is delightful. That is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Oh, this is beautiful. Pedri. Oh my God, I can't even keep up with the names, but Mbappe dispatches it beautifully. Perfect Tiki Taka play, and this formation and tactic, whilst defensively weak, is a delight. Absolute delight. I'm so glad I found this. This could be one of my new favorite formations. It's weak defensively, but I'm okay with weak defensively. You know, I play for fun, right? I don't play to just hammer people, get masses of wins on the board. I like to just play decent football, enjoy the game, and play some damn good football. And I'm loving this.
Ci sarà un minuto di recupero.
Here's Pedri. Oh, I just tried to jink my way through, and I was like, when do I release the shot? The defender was giving me a little bit of space, but as soon as I went for the shot, he came across. So 60% possession, 3 shots, 3 on target. Only 1 shot from there, which was the one across the sort of goal line almost, and they had that cross from the wing. I mean, you are going to be exposed on the wings because obviously there's no fullbacks or anything like that. But I really like how this is working so far. Just thinking how I could change it, maybe make it a bit more stable. But I think if I had more central midfielders, I could try box to box here. That might make my defenders behave more sensibly. But I'm really enjoying this right now. I'll change it around the 70th minute, I think, because I'm just enjoying this too much. I don't want to break it. You drive people online insane with this. Unless you give the ball away that cheaply, but that was just a poor pass by myself. Oh We had a few more people in the box that time. Did a bit better. Tried to get the pass backwards. Oh, that's so weak. Come on, Spoony. Wake up. Oh, that is so crap. On my part, it was supposed to be right through the middle. Not there. Look. Just shift the ball to the... It was supposed to be through to Kimmich there, but... Yeah. Don't play with your food, I guess. That's the moral of the story. Mbappe's coming across. And gets it. It's not, like I say, it's not really a counter-attacking formation, this. I think if you are going to go for the more counter-attacking side, I think the 3-5-2 with Cantona up top will be better, because you are going to be very isolated with one striker. Online, I think that could be a serious issue. I think you'll find yourself pinned back. And that's how you deal with free kicks, by the way. Jump the ball, select the goalkeeper, and move him across. Not 100% foolproof, but it's one of the best ways. Oh, it's a weak pass from Messi of all people. Here's Kimmich. Oh, this is a bit exposed. 3 against 3 now. The orchestrator roll there from Bruno. Coming back to win the ball. Oh, nice. Nice bit of player selection there. Choose my defender, which is fine, I guess. But because I was still running back with one player on diagonal, that's why I ran away from the ball. Okay, let's almost the 70th minute. I don't feel defensively secure. I'm going to bring on the 2 box-to-box players. I'm going to make them central midfielders, like I said I would. Let's see how that impacts this team, whether they're going to be too close to Modric and Pedri. It'd be interesting to see. It's just a lesson learned sort of thing. We'll keep them as creative playmakers. So Bernardo Silva can come in, and I'll replace Mbappe once again with Vinicius Jr. And Foden can come in as well. So they're not fully leveled up, Foden or Bernardo Silva, but they should be able to do a job, I think. So now it's just going to be based on player styles for those central midfield positions, and if that's going to make my anchor man help my defence out a bit more than initially was, and hopefully now they realise they're not going to get support, so they'll stay a bit narrower. Have to wait and see if when they get counter-attack. Talk about counter-attacks. Lovely little bit of super council there. Just spinning behind. Oh, he waited and waited and waited. He knew the chip was coming. Did it last time. They do, you know, sort of remember what you're doing, and they will adapt and learn to the techniques you're using. I'm just wondering if it's a little bit too chaotic now. I think there's too many sort of chefs in the kitchen. And now, look at the counter attack now. So I would say I'm still not comfortable with that defensive line. It's fine at the minute, but I think if you played online, you would get well and truly exploited. Especially someone using long ball counter, whose players will rush forward really quickly, and yours are going to be really slow to get back and defend. That midfield line slow to get back. But that first half formation and tactic was a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, this I'm finding like it's just all too compact. I'm just going to kick the ball out here.
Sostituzione per il Napoli. Numero 77.
Yeah, since I changed those positions over, what happened was what I expected to happen. If you put too many orchestrators in there or too many sort of creative playmakers, it can have a real impact. So you've got to get those play styles right, like we saw. If you've got a question about it in the comments, I can just like write it in the description of the video of the play styles for that formation tactic in the first half, because that was absolutely brilliant. I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed that. So let me just run through the sort of pros and cons of the possession-based team style. So let's start with the pros. Great front line press, really good there, really strong, capable of winning the ball, and especially against the AI who are going to make a lot of mistakes, and players online who like to overpass. I think you're going to catch them out quite a lot. Passing wise, in the final third, you've got lots of support there. I think you need the right balance of players like we saw in the first half against Napoli, with the orchestrators, with the creative playmakers. I thought that worked beautifully. I thought that worked really, really well. I think if you get that right, you can have the nice distance between your players, and you can do this sort of Tiki Taka style. Like I said, obviously in the first game, we played with wingers, creative playmaker wingers, hoping they were going to cut inside, but they were still quite wide in my opinion. Perhaps a little bit too wide with Modric, but end up scoring off that. So if you want more wingers or sort of wing play, you could go for that. But for me personally, where it's all nice and narrow and compact and really stifling in that central area, it's going to be great, but you are going to be sort of exposed on the wings, so you have to take that into consideration. But yeah, from a defensive point of view, there's very susceptible to counter-attacks, so that's a massive con from me. Like, you're playing online, you're playing against long ball counter, you're going to get exposed. I've come up against players who play possession, and the amount of chances I get just through firing, getting the ball forward quickly, all my players sprinting forward, taking no sort of stamina deficit or anything like that, that is pretty much a killer in my opinion against possession. But when it comes to other flaws with the possession-based playstyle, I felt like the defense and defensive midfielders wasn't close enough. Then the midfielders are certainly not doing enough to get back and help out and support your defense quick enough. So you have to like sort of hold your opponent up for a good few seconds before they get back in position and defend. When it comes to crossing in the box, I felt like there probably wasn't enough, but that is playstyle dependent. You could put a whole player in there to add more bodies into the box for crosses. Obviously, this sort of first half formation that I used here wasn't really designed for crossing, so that's good in one way, that you could get the Tiki Taka flow going. But if someone plays a very narrow sort of formation, 3 at the back, 2 defensive midfielders, you're going to get stifled yourself, and all they got to do is just shut down that middle piece, and then where are you going to go? You're going to have to go out on the wing, and you've got no wingers. So a lot to consider, but I really did enjoy that first half formation. I think it's going to be really good against AI especially. A lot of fun. You can see the amount of passes I made during that match, pretty high. Anyway, that is pretty much it for episode 1. I'm going to break this down into episodes, because I just think these videos are going to be huge otherwise, and I don't want to waste your time. But But those are the pros and cons for the possession-based playstyle. Next, we'll be moving on to the next team style. And if you want to let me know down in the comments which one you want to see next, that will sort of influence my decision where to go next. But thoroughly enjoyed playing the possession-based game, but I think it's got too many weaknesses to use online, like I've already highlighted. Anyway, that's all from me. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and have a good day. Bye-bye.